But today, I'm telling y'all, what's happening right now after these words is niggas are shitting like crazy right now. People are going worry. Every time their door knock or the phone ring, is that the police? Are they coming? Or they calling? They want me to come? Because you're gonna have two type of people that's the law enforcement gonna be contacting now. They were gonna be contacting victims, meaning some of these men that laying up there with their wives and acting like they're gonna be getting contact. Some of them done did some heterosexual stuff. Some of them done did some gay stuff. But they're gonna be getting contact. But more importantly, who's gonna be getting contact? It's victims as well. Well, I talked about the victims. It's suspects. People that were doing shit with him at the Diddy parties. And so, man, there's only one person that I'm worried about that's been bragging about and used to brag about going to Diddy parties. That I hope they don't contact him in the month of, well, I hope they never contact him. But definitely not from April and May. And hopefully we make it to June. I hope like hell they don't contact him because y'all know I'm a major Laker fan.
The allegations against Sean Puff Daddy just keep getting more and more twisted every day. But there's one guy who saw it all coming like a modern-day Negrodamus. That's rapper 50 Cent, Diddy's arch-nemesis who has been on his trail for years, trying to get the media to see the music mogul for who he really is.
The nigga Puff was like, yeah, like first he was amping him to get style. Then he was like, yo, when we gonna get the chance to, to kick it, like we could just hang out, nigga. We gotta kick it.
This is
Puff.
Okay.
He telling me we gotta kick it and shit. And he was like, yo, why don't we like go shopping or some shit? I mean, like I pay for it. And I was like, what the fuck this nigga just say? I got the fuck away from him because I was like, this nigga, this nigga just tell me he'd take me shopping. And this is shit that goes on. But there's a little fruit. Puppy's a fruit pie. It's a fruit pie. Trust me. You see these little weird ass pictures and shit like that out there. Sitting out there for no reason. You don't see accident pictures of me like kissing niggas. Like that doesn't happen by accident. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
If y'all go around and it's 50, the allegations against Diddy are only shocking for people outside of Hollywood.
If why all go around and ask 50, the allegations against Diddy are only shocking for people outside of Hollywood. Every major celebrity and big-level exec already knew that Diddy was up to no good. Not that they cared, though they were all part of his infamous sex ring too.
Going on, and you stay so active on social media, What's going on with you and Fifth? Now, Fifth is just, I know he be clowning all the time. Mm-hmm. He just did a video. He did a post saying, I don't want to be Puffy's friends anymore.
Yeah. That's the way it is sometimes. You know something? In life, we have freedom of choice. It's not really that deep. Sometimes you need to just not be people's friends and go on and do your life. And keep it. I mean, me, I don't speak about other men, so I take it, I take it as an honor, and I'm flattered that I'm on his mind so much and that I inspire him. And that's what it's all about. God sent me here to inspire everyone, including 50 Cent. And I wish him the best of luck. Every day I pray for him. Yes.
Okay. And on that note, we're going to leave that alone. We're going to leave that right there.
50, please be my friend. 50, you're breaking my heart. Curtis, please be my friend. Please.
Somebody tell Curtis to call up now.
Yeah, Curtis, call up.
But I mean, are these things funny for you? Like,
have you ever tasted that stuff? I don't know. I don't even know. Because I know that if you put us side by side, I know that we going to taste better. But
so we talking Evan Vodka, we talking Ciroc, side by side?
No, we don't even say their name. We're just talking about Ciroc.
Ciroc.
Just Ciroc, and if anything, you know when the bar runs out and it's just like, well, what else what's the last thing you have that nobody's buying? Yeah, that right there.
That's usually the house vodka.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. All right, so do you laugh at it though? Do you get it? Do you find it funny?
Not in all seriousness, you know, even what I've done, you know, and really going to challenge Grey Goose. It's just part of the business. When you come in, you have to want to fight the champion. You have to want to be the champion. So, you know, I could understand. We both do the, you know, we out here hustling, man. And the cat is definitely a hustler.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he has his way. Me and him could be friends, but he doesn't want to be my friend. And I want to be his friend so I could teach him everything I know so he could become a better money getter, since I'm the #1 money getter in the world.
Talk that
#1,
talk.
one.
50 claims that he used to be a friend of the founder of Bad Boy Records, but quickly realized that there was something sinister about Diddy. He was the first one to tell the world about Diddy's MO.
Wrote for Diddy at one point, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I wrote a couple records. Yeah, it was a couple records. I don't really remember the exact records though.
How did they come about though? Him reaching out to you for you to write for him?
I did that early in my career when I first signed with Rockefeller. Yeah, it was a little bidding war. Yeah, I got the call from Puff, and me, him, and Nas was going to do a record together. Then I wound up staying at the studio doing a couple records.
That's news to me, man. So he was trying to sign you to Bad Boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's news right there, yo.
I could have been that Bad Boy. I could have been with Rough Riders. Couple spots.
Why didn't you sign a Bad Boy?
I was already committed to Rockefeller. I ain't signed no contract yet, but it was already done.
When you look back in hindsight, do you regret it?
Being signed to Rockefeller?
Yeah.
Hell no. No, I don't regret that at all.
So when you look back at your career, knowing that you could have been at Bad Boy or Rough Riders, you still, if you could go back, you would still sign.
You listen to that question you just asked me. Bad Boy or Rough Riders? Maybe Rough Riders. But right now, in hindsight, looking at things,
Now, in case why all didn't know, and you've been living under a rock for the past 2 months, all of Diddy's accusers have claimed the same thing, that he reeled them in with a promise of a better career and future, showed off his fancy cars and mansions, and promised them that all they had to do was meet a couple of his friends at his parties.
Segueing into the Drink Champs interview when you was with Nori and Fab and Jada and everybody, they made a compilation video with you because they said you were sounding real suspect on the interview.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Of course, I didn't see this.
No, I didn't see it.
You didn't see it?
I swear to God.
Come on, man. You saw that on World Star and on the gram.
Check this out. When they started playing the game, the pause game, I would definitely...
That came from Harlem, too, by the way.
Yeah, came from Harlem. I definitely would say the crowd would be like, whoa, did he just say that? You know what I'm saying? I don't play games. Y'all know. You know what I'm saying? I'm a grown man. I don't play games. But, yeah.
Did you
compilation? Nah, I was coming off of being in Miami a night of partying. I don't really remember what I was saying.
But you know, like any good predator, he carefully left out the part that those parties were actually freak-offs. The friends that he had in mind were only there to fuel these young artists with liquor and hard drugs before sexually abusing them. Now, 50 claims that Diddy tried for years to get him to come to one of his parties, but the rapper always refused. It wasn't until Diddy became more and more insistent that he realized he had to cut him off. This guy was straight up no good.
Listen here, bro. It's a term in the legal field that you could indict a ham sandwich, but the Southern District of New York has a 98.2 conviction rate. All right, for those who don't know, if you got 100 people, only 1.28 or something like that, 1.8, only 1.8 has won against them. So now, what they doing, they already got the witnesses, they already got the people, because let me just say something. With the sex trafficking thing, it only takes one witness to convince the jury. One witness. And we know who that witness is going to be. Cass.
When Cassie went public with her account of what happened during her relationship with Diddy, the world was stunned. But 50? He just reminded people that he had been telling them all about it since day one, which actually makes him a key asset for the feds, who are reportedly building a case against Diddy. Now they're looking for more and more people to come forward and talk about what Diddy's done throughout his career.
Vlad, talking about Diddy's circle, the people around him, he's obviously very rich, very successful. What kind of team does he have, to your knowledge?
I mean, Diddy's always surrounded himself with young people that basically go out and do whatever he asks them to do.
But the kicker, though, ain't nobody stepping up. A lot of this is just reminding people of the 1999 shooting where, despite several accounts of Diddy being the one to shoot the gun at the crowd, his protege Shine was the one who ended up doing a 10-year prison sentence for the crime.
And was convicted for her injuries. A man already did time for her injuries. You understand? If they would have to go back and see that if there was ballistic tests done on Jennifer Lopez, on Puffy, God bless the dead, on Wolf, did they do ballistic tests? And then see if they did ballistic tests and Puff had gunpowder on him, you understand? Why didn't the police go through with charging him? Why didn't the police charge him? She could say that now, and she said that I don't take nothing from the victim. I don't take nothing from the victim. But her lawyer should have advocated. I know Puff and Shine, they had the same charges. But like I said before, and like Shine said also, Shine said this also, because it's true. Puff had witnesses that come in to testify against Shine and say they saw Shine do.
It was the trial of the decade, and many believe that Diddy used his fame and money to bribe witnesses and name Shine as the shooter, just so the founder of Bad Boy Records could walk away.
I'm not wearing a chain big enough for you to take, you know what I mean? Is that true too? About slow bucks?
To 100 real quick.
Hey, 50, are you working on your pitch, bro? Are you working on your pitch?
How you doing?
Yo, 50, man, is it true about slow bucks chain? Did your friends take that? Were you wearing it, man?
See, that's a skill. It's a skill to hit people and not hear them. Hold up. See, you notice how I never look into the camera?
Yeah, I see. That's a good skill you have.
Yeah, it's just for my ankle.
Yo, Beats by Dre sold for $2 billion. How much could yours go for?
We gotta wait to see.
You gonna sell it?
That's the mess order.
Yo, 50, man, did you take his chain, bro? Or did you give it back?
Now, things might be a little bit different this time, and that ain't just wishful thinking. This time, Diddy's incriminated himself by taping everything that happened at the freak-offs and saving them onto a hard drive. But where's that hard drive at right now? Well, that's easy. It's over with the feds.
Moving on to the latest in the criminal investigation of Sean P. Diddy Combs. Misa Hilton, the mother of Combs' son, Justin Combs, is speaking out after federal agents raided the home of the music mogul March 25th. On Tuesday, Hilton shared an edited video on Instagram of home surveillance footage of law enforcement entering the LA property, fanning out across the home with guns drawn, searching for evidence. Both of Diddy's sons, Justin and Christian, can be seen in the video being detained and handcuffed in a hallway inside the home before they're taken outside. Hilton claims her son has hired an attorney to investigate, quote, the excessive use of force and vowed to fight for justice utilizing every imaginable resource. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. Here's the reason why. In the age of brutality on the part of some police officers from Homeland Security busting into the home, guns drawn, obviously not a good look, obviously a bit excessive to say the least in terms of the optics. When it comes to excessive force, simply grabbing your sons and putting them in handcuffs and peaceably taking them outside. In an age and a day where unarmed black men have been shot and killed, at the very least assaulted on several occasions, this doesn't meet the standard. So good luck with that. Knock yourself out. That's not the story. The story here is, what were they looking for? None of us know. P. Diddy, rumors of sex trafficking and what have you, these are the kind of things that are going on, where his name is being associated with everybody from Harvey Weinstein to the late Jeffrey Epstein to R. Kelly himself. That's the issue. I don't know P. Diddy that well. I'm wishing him nothing but the best. I swear, I hope he's innocent. I hope all of this is nothing more than an investigation that doesn't have his name attached to anything in line with something that you're guilty of illegal activities in any way. Because Lord help him if it is. Make no mistake about it. I will tell you this, Homeland Security, as Areva Martin came on this very show and pointed out, they don't show up for nothing. Something's fishy. Now, whether it's directly involving P. Diddy or whether they're trying to utilize him to dime out others, something is awry. Something is awry. And when a case that serious, where Homeland Security, not the LAPD, but Homeland Security in both Miami and LA, when they're both involved, let's just say it doesn't look good. Again, we pray that P. Diddy has nothing to do with this, that he's innocent of all the allegations being leveled against him. But it ain't a good look at all. Make no mistake about it, especially when we're talking about underage girls, sex trafficking, and things of that nature. Lord help them if there's a shred of guilt attached to these allegations.
New audio has surfaced as part of a lawsuit that accuses Sean Diddy Combs of sexual assault.
So when I tell these stories, they don't believe. And some of them, I heard, I'm there. Yo, I have Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. When I come to work, yo, Gene, this what happened. Yo, Gene, did you hear that? Yo, Gene, da-da-da-da.
Potential witnesses have been contacted and notified by federal investigators that they may be called to testify in front of a grand jury.
You done birthed a lot of these fucking content creators.
Well, what happens here is that the federal government started a case with him. Apparently the search warrant that had his houses in Miami and LA was pre-planned already. They knew they were going to do that. So they have a much bigger case.
And I don't know if he said kill her, but I heard the part about the putting in the car, and that's the same that when Kirk Burroughs wouldn't sign over his rights to Bad Boy, his 25%, that he was threatening to do. Kirk was like, yo, put that nigga in the car and drive him around. So I could see him doing that shit with the putting in the car stuff, but I don't see him killing her for the article and all that, bro. But the putting her in the car, something like that, I could see him saying that to her.
So that's something that he told the Kirk Burroughs too then?
Yeah, he told Kirk Burroughs that when he was threatening with them baseball bats.
What's the story with that, yo?
I think it was like Kirk had to sign over Bad Boy. He had like 25% of Bad Boy. But for them to get the deal, everything had to be in one lump thing. Like somebody couldn't owe 25%, somebody couldn't owe him for Puff to do the deal. So Kirk had to sign over his shares in order for them to do the deal, which I didn't never understand. It wasn't my business to understand it. But Kirk ended up signing over it back to Diddy with the promise that he was going to get it back once they do the whole thing with Clyde Davis and everything. And Kirk had to be threatened in order to do it. And that was with it was no real baseball bats. You know those mini baseball bats you get from the games back in the day? Those little short baseball bats, they used to give them back in the day when we was growing up. I don't think they do that anymore. You know, so Puff threatened Kirk with that, a couple other dudes, and told him, man, you're gonna take this long ride or you're gonna give up that percentage of the company.
And that's when Kirk Burroughs, he signed it over, he was scared?
Yeah, he's scared. What else he gonna do?
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, to hear that from you, that confirms it. Because when people hear this, they start to believe that, it's being made up and, people going overboard with the lies. But, to hear that from you.
Yeah, I know, bro. And that's the whole thing about it is that. But then, some people, they go by faith and other people go by sight. You know what I'm saying? I live by faith, brother. See, nobody believed he was the man that he was until they seen him running down the hall, throwing that little girl against the wall, throwing her on the floor, and start kicking her like she was somebody's soccer ball. They had to see that to believe the evil in him. So when I tell these stories, they don't believe. And some of them are, yeah, I heard, I'm there. Yo, I have Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. When I come to work, yo, Gene, this what happened. Yo, Gene, did you hear that? Yo, Gene, da-da-da-da-da. I'm looking at this nigga like, for real? Wow. So now everybody think that because I talk about it, that I was a part of it and I saw it. Not everything. Did we have to rough some cats up? Yeah. I'm for that. Back in the day, I'm for that. Whatever. Sue's Rendezvous was gladiator school for me. I love that, especially when dudes start talking that stuff and what they gonna do. That's a younger part of Gene. When we doing them parties, I'm at the front door and dudes are talking that smack. I'm for that. That was a younger Gene. These are just stories of my life. It's a difference. So when Puff did some of those things like that, yeah. But I'm not going to be involved in him hurting somebody's daughter, drugging somebody's daughter, or raping somebody's daughter. Not Gene Deal. I got daughters of my own. I got sisters. No, you're not doing that. So when these guys make up that shit out here on these content creators and want to believe this and say that,